Thanks for joining me on the ride along. We've been getting snow since about 3 p.m. Central, and at this point it's about 9 o'clock Central. So I had a couple opportunities to plow this lot, and I believe I've got it pretty well nailed down to about the perfect pattern for this lot. Start off by cleaning off the driveway. We've got to go all the way out to the city street, and so I'm getting the from the street in through the driveway here cleared off first. And now I'll start making this bend over here to follow along that curb. Then I go to this back corner here and back drag all the way to the other curb. It's a long back drag, but it seems to be the most efficient. It's not a very big parking lot, but by back dragging that south end, everything to the east edge, I can pull that back. And then I pull that east edge back, and that gives me an area to work now. So now I'm going to cut in along that curb and use that as a guide to clean everything up here on this first pass. I'll take it all the way to the end here. There's only 6 or 7 parking spaces. And then I'll just dump this snow here for now. I'll back drag that corner, square that off pretty nice. And then back to the south end, and now just do a couple passes to clean up this lot. Just dumping that snow in the pile here, kind of staging it. Not enough to make a full push, so I'll just keep dumping that snow there. It does get a little squirrely here. There's a manhole cover there, so it dips down, so I can't pick up all the snow, but if I hit it at a couple different angles, I do get it pretty clean. But now we've got pretty much the bulk of the snow out of this lot, a portion of the lot. So now I'll take and push this whole load back. It was a wet snow early on, so there was a layer of water on the pavement now that's frozen at this point. Temps are dropping, so the 370 is having some traction issues. So back here I am back out front, and now I'm going to start cleaning out to the curb, but realized there was a bit more snow there than I anticipated, so I pulled away from the curb because I didn't want dribbles to run out onto the curb. Now here I am back dragging in the next section of the lot to get ready for that. And I'll do a second one here because I don't know the sizes, it's tough to get in there. And then I'll flip around and back drag the other side of the lot. And then I'll go to the front section here and pick up the rest of the snow that's here. I just let that wing run along that curb. You got to go kind of slow, and the machine is slipping here. But if I go slow, I can catch that curb, and then I got to come and get that outside curb again because the pusher filled up and was dribbling snow out. But as you can see, I've got that wing riding right along the curb there, so I'm getting all the snow. And that pretty much wraps up that front lot, I believe. And I'll just go dump this snow in the back by the big push pile. And here I am out in that middle lot now, just kind of taking advantage of that back drag area I did, getting that wing on the curb, pushing it all the way down to the end. Turn out here, I'll leave some dribble, but I should be spinning around here in a minute, and I'll back drag that corner, square it off nice. Here I am back dragging it. Oh, this is back dragging in that back lot. Setting up to clear that next. Here I am back dragging that corner, squaring it off. Now I'll head back up top of this and take another pass down. And pushing all this snow to the back here. Temps were dropping, it was getting pretty slick. So at this point I figure I might as well just push all the snow back to the push pile rather than create a interim pile at the beginning of this lot. I'm just pushing it all back into that big push pile. And now it's just a matter of getting that wing to run right on the edge of the curb and clean that up nice. And then I'm starting to dig into this back lot here and cleaning this up as I'm pushing this pile back. And here I am on the other side of that lot, that middle lot. Getting that wing on this curb and clearing it out. This bend here is a little tricky. It's pretty sharp, so I've got to come in at a different angle to attack it. So I'll come in here at a different angle, lets me get around that bend a little more, and then I'll head back and back drag it, get that squared off. And now I'm just taking another pass to clear everything up. And taking all that snow and pushing it to the push pile. And here I am back dragging the inside of the back lot. This is kind of challenging. These parking blocks aren't rebarred down, so they tend to move if you push the plow into it. So I gotta set it down on there. But I guess I had some dribble there, so I'm back to clean this up. And I should be ducking in here to start cleaning up that back lot now. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's a real sharp bend, so I wasn't able to make that at the first previous pass. I had to come back and work around it again. Combination of that tight corner and it being so icy underneath makes it a little tougher. But now it's just a matter of doing a couple passes in this back lot to stage up the snow here in this big push pile I'm creating. And now I'll dip in and clean the front of these parking spaces. These ones here are a little odd. They've got these two last spots where the parking blocks are not lined up with the rest. Makes it a little more complicated. I guess basically I gotta watch out so I don't rip up those parking blocks. And now I'm back dragging these last couple spots here. And then I'm back dragging, that's the last spot from the first, by the offset parking blocks. Now that I've got that kind of opened up, now I can just do a couple loops and clear up the bulk of this snow here. Picking up that back drag snow. I saw that it filled up, so I didn't take it all the way to the parking blocks. Figure I'd just turn and dump it in the pile. I don't like taking a lot of snow out to the edges. It seems to dribble over, and then it's on top of the parking blocks and makes it difficult to get to. So here I'm just pushing everything into the middle in that push pile that I'm building here. All the snow has to go in the back of that parking lot to the right of us here. And trying to make turns with snow on the pusher doesn't go so well, so I stage everything there. And then I can just do a straight push from there to the big snow pile and back that we'll see here shortly. And at this point, pretty much got this lot cleared up. So I just push on through, take off a bite, and we're heading back to the big snow pile now. This is where I've got to put snow on this account. And just taking a bite off the other side now and pushing it back. The 370 can push more, but with that ice coating underneath, it was getting pretty slick and wasn't able to push quite as much as I had in the past. Yeah, you can see there I get I lose traction, so I gotta kind of take a smaller bite. And then when I did that, as you can see here, it's getting loaded up on the left side, and it's dragging the machine to the left side. If I kept going forward, it ran okay, traction-wise. But as soon as I had to steer to compensate for it dragging me to the one side, the machine tends to put a lot of power into that turn, and I didn't have enough power then, or traction, to keep going forward. So I had to center up the piles better in order to maintain enough traction to keep it going. Still not able to push that pile. It was, like I said, it was a deceptively slick conditions underneath the snow. We had snow, like I said, I started at 3. Temps were right about 33, 32. So it turned into a slush, and plowing it during the day left a nice coating of water on the entire lot. And as the temps dropped, it froze and gave everything a nice slick coating of ice. But here I am just stacking the pile up. They don't want me stacking snow real high, so I only stacked it this high. Didn't want to get crazy with it, but also don't want to eat up a lot of their spots. And now it's just a matter of making some long pushes here, pushing this snow to the back of the lot. Be a lot more convenient if they let me dump this snow in the parking spaces by the dumpster there, but they don't have many parking spaces on that building, so I've got to move the snow down to the back of this lot. And I found this is about the best way to do it, is create that big push pile in the back of the lot and then just push everything down to the back in straight lines. Seems to be the best approach I found for this lot. And here I am just doing another cleanup pass, some dribbles coming out, and that's about it. I got the dribble there on the left hand side I'll pick up next, and that pretty much does it for this lot. It's about the most efficient pattern I've found so far to do this lot, but I appreciate you guys joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and please like, subscribe, comment. It helps out. Thanks.